Happy Friday. It's Friday, Friday. I love myself a little Friday. I'm wearing my favorite big fur hat. It's a little hot, so I'm gonna take it off. Hi, everybody. It's Friday. I am so excited. Have a great weekend. I have some friends in town. I am going to go do one of my favorite things and go dancing at a music festival and see some of my friends do some just like awesome stuff, which always gets me super pumped. But I wanted to talk to you today about one of my favorite tools on how to get in touch with your intuition, how to tune in. It's like so simple that you can use right now. So first of all, with the power of our own voice, we pick up on vibration all the time. We are wired for it. You know, we have our inner ear, which is like the cochlear, and the cochlear picks up on vibration. So when we speak things out loud, we can pick up on it. We can feel how it feels. We can tell whether it's true for me for now. You know, so often, especially now in our society, we get super choked off right here. You don't speak, totally choked off. And the thing is when we are connected to our spirit and to our heart, it's here, and this is a chimney. Imagine like the flue at a house. Like if it's blocked and you try and light a fire, it's gonna get real smoky in there. It's gonna be super gross. So we need to open the windows and really clear our proverbial chimneys. And a lot of ways that our chimneys get clogged growing up and in the world is so many different ways. First of all, a lot of times we don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be, and we don't want to be judged. We don't want to be vulnerable. We live so much in a society that exists in black or white, right or wrong. So sometimes we think about talking about our guidance or things that we're getting or whatever, the idea that it's going to come off wrong to other people or that we're going to be judged or anything really can choke us off. And what happens is that really sort of shuts us down. So often, like so many of my clients get fantastic, they get guidance all the time, but the thing is they just kind of let it roll around in their heads and they never speak it out loud. And the thing is when we start to talk about our intuition, talk about the guidance that we get, not only are we able to differentiate whether it's just mind chatter, intuition, but that it also is really powerful. Because it's our own superpower of reclaiming a part of ourselves. You know, one of the things that I like to liken it to is if it's like, especially in using our voice, is just differentiating, is this intuition, is this whatever. Hi, Julie, it's so good to see you. Well, not actually see you, but thanks for tuning in. But one of the ways that I see so often is my clients, they'll get these different things, and it's almost like if you ever had a crush on someone and you were like, when you were like younger and you're sitting there and you're like thinking about it and you're like, I don't know, the text message or whatever, and it's just like rolling around in your brain over and over and over again. And let's say you like go get a cup of coffee with a friend or something, and then you talk about what's going on. And you talk about the crush or the text message that you sent or whatever it is. And as you're speaking it out loud, you can start to feel and differentiate between what is your own crazy talk and what is actually true. You know, that is it's so true. It's so incredibly true. So if you're getting guidance and if you're feeling guided, really say it out loud in the car or wherever and just see how it feels and don't think about it. This isn't an opportunity for you to go in front of a judge of panels in your brain to justify what it is. See how it feels. When we live an intuitive life and we tune into that part of ourselves, it's really about connecting back to ourselves, back to our hearts, back to who we authentically are. You know, we have been so trained to look out here for support, guidance, for validation. I mean, my God, of just wanting everybody else to validate us, that we forget that we need to tune inwards to connect back in here to get that. Because, you know, the thing is nobody's ever going to give you permission. No one is ever going to really give you what it is that you are looking for. It's only yourself. And even if you get all of the accolades in the world, even if everybody says you're doing a great job, unless that comes from within, unless it's like pulling up from your own well, you'll never feel satisfied, ever. So, you know, the thing is like, so really, for using that, connecting back to yourself, really giving yourself credit and really shifting out of the place of right and wrong. You know, a lot of times when I hear people get their guidance, they get so afraid that like, what if I'm wrong? And it's like, that is the intellect, that's the ego, that's existing in this very black or white space, one or the other. And, you know, when we tune into our intuition and we even speak it out loud and really start to feel the vibration, it's what feels true for me for now. Because that can change from moment to moment. What is true for me for now might be different. And when we live in the intellect, what we do is we try and like superimpose these different ways of being in the world that's so quote unquote right. And like, right for who? Right for who? Like, not for you or for them, which is like, who is even that in the first place? So really of paying attention, seeing if it feels true and not overthinking it and giving yourself a lot of space and having fun with it. You know, one of the things that I think about living an intuitive, spirited life is that it's fun. A really great way to tell if somebody is connected is if they are, as my mom always says, a twinkle in the eye and a smile on their face. Because when we're living that life and we're connected and using our voice, because that's our power. I mean, that is power. We connect to our joy. It's fun. Life opens up. It's a blast. So if you're somebody, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with this, is like, well, okay, so I have my different things, but it's really hard for me to speak out. Like, how do I clear my chimney? Like, where do I get my chimney sweep? Where do I dial the number? And luckily you have a million different ways. But one of my favorite ways, and if you follow me on Sabrina and I on Instagram, or like me on Instagram or whatever, one of my favorite ways to clear the chimney is singing. And I love to sing, and I am not a good singer. Like, I'm no Mariah Carey, or that would be awesome, but no. I sing off key, I sing terribly, I make up songs about different things that are going on for me, because what that does is that opens up this throat chakra. It opens up that chimney for expression. Because, you know, it's almost like we can get our guidance, but unless we express it and follow it, it's just more information, which is like cool, but that doesn't do anything for you. So really start to sing, start to speak things out loud, and have a blast with it. I mean, and feel the vibration, because what happens is it brings us back into our body. It opens everything up. I mean, if you've ever been, like, imagine summertime right now, it's beautiful, like driving in the car with the windows down and like a track, and you just are singing away, and how, first of all, it just totally brings you into the moment. And when we're present and when we're in the moment, that's when we get guidance. It's not thinking about in front, it's in the moment. So even if just singing, how it brings us back into the moment, and it opens up that throat chakra, and it's joyful, and it's fun, and it's like a great way. And you can sing, really pay attention, make your playlist. Make a playlist of a few songs that you're really into and that you will sing unabashedly, and be okay to be terrible at it. You know, so often we have this idea of needing to be like perfectionistic in one way or another, or not wanting to embarrass ourselves, like, but really just giving yourself permission to play full out. Just go totally full out and you know, and just give it your all, because that part of ourselves that really holds back, that wants to contract, that wants to kind of keep us safe, is the part of you that's kind of ruining your own life, because it's the part of us that won't let us be in. And when we live in spirit and when we live in intuition, and the intuition is a connector. It connects us. So when we are living that place, we go in, we connect to life, we connect to the goodness, we connect to each other, we connect to our own awesome inner wisdom, which is not a big deal. So sing terribly, sing off key, sing in the shower, sing in your house, sing wherever. And also pay attention to how it makes you feel. Pay attention to how it brings you back into your body. Because the reason why I say pay attention, because it's like, all right, this is great information, but really once we start to feel those shifts, once we start to see how these things actually affect our life, then it's a lot easier to use these tools. And yeah, they're simple. It's simple. You're like, oh great, sing a song, no big deal. But really, see how it connects. We, even as vibrational beings, when we listen to music, it actually like scientifically affects our whole bodies. One thing that I love to do, I am a huge fan of an artist called Bass Nectar. He's like a bass musician. He plays all over it, and I love going to his live shows, because he obviously has a lot of bass, but I can feel it in my body, and it just brings me back in, and it just is such a beautiful, expressive experience. Also, dancing is another tool, but you know, because when not only it's being in our bodies is where we get our guidance. where we get our things. And when we express it and move and sing it, it creates that place of ownership. And it also brings us into that interconnected joy. Oops, my sign fell down. It's windy here in Chicago. No big deal. And so, that's the essence of living spirit. That's a hallmark. Is your life joyful? And it doesn't mean is your life perfect or easy, but do you feel joy? Do you feel, or is it always this constant idea of like what's not going right? Because we can really so focus on all of the things that we either need to do or that aren't working for us. But that really disconnects us from our spirit, disconnects us from our incredible creativity, from all of these different places. So really and then being available, just be available to your own guidance. Really use that throat chakra. I feel blah, blah, blah. This is how this is what I'm picking up on. And don't judge it and don't think it. Maybe just go for it. I was saying on one of my other videos, one of my other favorite tools, which is another great throat chakra clearing exercise, especially if you're like really stuck on something and like, I don't know. My head says, fill in the blank. My head says, my heart says. And give it a few minutes. My head says, that's too much. My head says, whatever it is. And then drop down, take a second, get into that heart space and speak it out. And be okay to be uncomfortable. And learning to tune back into ourselves, into that authentic, real place of availability. We haven't been modeled this. It can feel different. It can feel kind of uncomfortable. It's like, ooh, well, here I am in my car talking to myself or whatever it is, talking about what my intuitive gut, like, what does that even mean? But don't make it weird. But just of letting yourself be uncomfortable, letting it just be something different, because it's not uncomfortable. It's just a new experience. And it's okay. That's totally natural. When we try new things, it's okay to not be totally at ease at it. But also realize that this is the way that we're naturally designed. We all pick up on our intuition. We all pick up on things. Our intellect is fantastic, but we are living a whole brain life, using both our intellect and our intuition together to really think outside and create a really magical, especially right now, the world, everything as we know has been disrupted. And we can't just rely on our intellects to get us by. We can't figure it out. It's not where we're at, So use your own access to your own spirit. Remember, these are the things that are really within us. Using that voice, seeing how it feels to really take ownership of your own experience, taking ownership of your own guidance, how it's not tuning into them, but it's tuning into me. And it's what feels good for me for now. And it's my truth. It doesn't have to be your truth, but it's my truth. And I don't need to have anyone else's approval. Because when we shift into that, and using our voice is so key to that, it changes everything. It changes absolutely everything. We're more available to ourselves, or have a more empowered, excited life. It is absolutely magic. So use your voice, whatever it is. And maybe whatever it is. And even if it's like something, even if, let's say you're with friends or something and there's something that you want to do that somebody else, just express yourself. Express yourself and see how it feels. See how it changes things. See what the magic that comes with it, because it will, I promise, swear. And sing, make up songs, have fun. Sing songs to your friends, tell them that I love them like I love you. Thanks for watching, happy Friday. Have a great time. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.